will be demonstrating the fast feet drill. This is a speed drill, and what you want to do, I'm going to do this from a sideways stance so that you can see. You are going to pick up whichever foot you want to start with. I'm going to start with my left. Pick it up halfway. You don't want to go above halfway of the shin. So once you pick this foot up, your opposite arm is going to go up. And then you're going to switch, switch, switch. And you want to make sure that your joints are all stacked on each other. You don't want to be leaning forward and doing this leaning back. Everything needs to be stacked out. You don't want to go above halfway, because the point of this drill is to make sure that your feet are fast feet. So it's going to look like this. And that is going to do the incline sprint resistance. So this is going to be done on a hill. For this sake, I'm just going to show you how to set it up. So what you want to do is you want to have your dominant leg, your dominant foot in front, and then non-dominant in the back. So you want to make sure that they're split. And what you want to do is make sure that this back leg is, you want the shin to be parallel to the ground. So once you set the bottom half up, then we're going to move on to the top. So you want the torso to lean forward, but you don't want them to necessarily break at the hip. You just want to be steady and stable in this position. So you're going to shift all your weight to your dominant leg, because this is what you're going to use to push off of. And then your non-dominant leg is immediately going to come up. So once you're down in this position, it's called the crouch position. So you're going to be down like this. Make sure your chest is bent forward, and you want your, so whatever leg is your dominant, you want the opposite hand up. So I'm going to have my left hand up, and it's going to be 6 to 8 inches from my forehead. And then my right hand is going to be back like this. So then once your coach or whoever blows the whistle or tells you when to go, you're going to immediately push. And you want to make sure that you are pumping your arms as well, so that you get that extra acceleration. The speed drill that I'm going to demonstrate is mountain climber to sprint. So we all know what a mountain climber is. When your athlete is down, make sure you can see me. When your athlete is down like this, and then they alternate their legs fast. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your dominant leg first in this mountain climber, and then you're going to go into a sprint. So you'll have your athletes down, ready, like this in the mountain climber position. And then once you blow your whistle, say go, they're immediately going to get up and sprint. And this will work on their acceleration. We're going to get into our agility drill. So this one is the deceleration drill. So what they're going to do is you're going to have a set markers decently set apart. And you're going to have your athlete run at half speed. So they're going to start at one cone, run at half speed, and you want them to come to a complete stop within 3 steps. So at the third, so they're going to slow down as they're getting closer. And at that third step, they need to be completely stopped. So you can either, you can do a variation of this drill depending on what your athlete, what sport they play, what they need. So you can either do top speed, have them running as fast as they can, and then have them be stopped in 7 steps. And what I mean, like be stopped, they're gonna like run forwards and then stop. Or you can have them go where they're running and then they stop laterally. Whichever you want to do, this could be like a progression drill. Obviously going to the laterally would be the next. We have the Z drill. So I'm going to do this in a condensed version and try to explain it as best as possible. So the Z drill is exactly what it says. It's in the shape of a Z. So you'll have cones or tape, depending on if you're on a field or a court. And what you're going to do is you're going to start at cone 1. Then they're going to shuffle sideways, lateral, to cone 2. They will then sprint to cone 3. And then they will, again, shuffle to cone 4. So what you want to make sure is that they're in a low, ready stance. You don't want them standing straight up. You want them to keep their center of mass in the middle. And you can take this drill to the next step by doing it in reverse. So instead of sprinting forward, they will then have to backpedal from cone 3 to 2. And you want to make sure that they're really, like, especially when they're getting from cone 2 to 3, here they will be sprinting. So they will have to effectively decelerate before they can then shuffle to cone 4. Lastly, we do have the shuttle takeoff drill, also known as the 5-10-5. So what you're going to do here is, this will probably be performed on a football field. This is a football agility drill. They use this in the combine. So what you're going to do is, if you're on the football field, you will start straddling a line, and immediately what you want to do is get low. So then your hips will go and you're down like this. So you can start either way depending on what your coach wants you to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to get low with your hips. You want to make sure that you're low to the ground. Don't want to be standing up, because you do have to lean forward and put your hand on the ground. So, and what I mean by put your hand on the ground, you are not going to be putting any weight on this hand. It's literally just going to be like barely touching the ground. So what you're going to do is you're going to bend on the line. You want to make sure that you are dead center. Hand will be on the ground, and then you can start whichever way you please. So what they're going to do is they're going to immediately take off once they're given a cue. Run 5 yards to the right, touch the line. Make sure when you're doing this, the line, you don't want your foot to be over top of it, because this will take off seconds of your final score. So you want to make sure that you're low, and you're going to reach for this line. Then you're immediately going to push off and run all the way through the last 10 yards. So you're going to run past the middle all the way through. And then you can do this the other direction. Once again, you're down low, take off the other way, stop, touch, immediately run all the way through the 10 yards.